Hello everyone, Storm Willen here. Today we'll be taking a look into my thoughts on winter 2019 to 2020. Now we're going to be taking a look into the ENSO, the water temperatures going on right now. We'll be taking a look at three models here. We're not going to be taking a look into analogs. Do not really look into those. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. This is going to update tomorrow the time I'm doing this video. So I'll probably look into it tomorrow and see if there's any changes there. So basically, the summary is they got El Nino advisory at this point. So here's the water temperatures right now by each region. This is on last Monday. I'll show you the map what it looks like right now. So Nino 4 is 1 degree Celsius. Nino 3.4 is 0.4 Celsius. Nino 3 is 0 degrees Celsius. And Nino 1 plus 2 is negative 0.2 degrees Celsias. You can tell here by the graphs, you can see it's starting to warm up a little bit there. It's going to scroll down. So this has been what's been changing weekly right here in the past week, a couple weeks. And you can see La Nina is trying to develop there. Looks like we have high pressure going on just west of California. It's not really affecting California that much there. Let's see here. Here's what the winds are doing. Basically, this is all I need to. So this is what's been going on for right now. The winds usually cool it down. So this is the wind. It seems like the winds are trying to be a little bit stronger. That's what cools it down there. Scroll this down. There's a lot of stuff in this precipitation they got here. This is what's been going on average. Now this is for the Nino 3.4 region. You can see the numbers been going down. You can see neutral can be present during the fall time. Then we're just going to see what winter time is going to be. It's going to be this bar right here. Seems like El Nino is trying to come back up. Here's what the model shows. Seems like they want to keep it a very weak El Nino, basically. But I think we'll be seeing this go into neutral stage, in my opinion. As we look into the CFS version 2, it's going to go, it's one to take it to a La Nina stage. As you can tell here, here's winter right here. Seems to be like a weak to moderate La Nina, which is good news for me, at least. Probably not for everybody else. Looks like this is the jet stream, I'm going to guess here. On that one. We're not really going to take a look into that. This is what NOAA is predicting for portions of the fall. For September and October, even August is in here. Basically, their forecasts are not that great. They always use the CFS models there. It is the best ball out there. The only problem is it's always too warm. So, if you look at temperatures, if you take it down, probably a few percents or stages, maybe like 20% off, you probably see below average temperatures for the plains into the Midwest or near the Great Lakes. And probably see above average temperatures out west, northeast, and southeast. Precipitation doesn't really change much of anything there. So this is what it looks like right now. So we got very warm waters around Alaska, which is good news for the east at this point. Same thing for around Greenland. We actually got high pressure over there, which is trying to create what is known as the Greenland block. Which what that does is sinks cold air in between those two high pressures, and it brings in cooler than average temperatures to the central and eastern United States. And it looks to be we have high pressure going on around Maine, looking at that sea surface temperatures. Let's look into the Jamstack here. Now we're going into winter from models. What his prediction is, seems like warmer than average temperatures just off away from Oregon and Washington there. You can see very warm temperatures, sea surface temperatures around Greenland. But there is a cooler spot south of that, though. Is it really good news? Not so much, if anyone wants to get a cold, snowy winter here in the east. Let's look into precipitation. Now, I can see where this is going. It seems like what the jet stream is going to do is going to come from Alaska, go through the plains, and looks like we'll have the subtropical jet come in from Mexico. When they combine, it seems like they combine around, looks to be Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And it looks like it sticks around for a while and pushes northeast. So what my prediction is showing, it's probably showing a little trough. More of a weak trough looking into that. But when you look into surface air temperatures, it looks completely different. Now, it will probably look better if it was the complete opposite. It will make more sense. But right now, it's kind of probably does not know what to do. But whenever I look at other models, it is pretty interesting. And the last time I've done this, it's completely changed, as we expected. And I think those models, the CFS and CanStips changes 2 times a day, while the Jamstack updates once a month. And I think this is going to update the 17th of August, so we'll probably get an update on this. It seems like they're still talking about a Modoki like El Nino, which I forgot to mention something like that in the when we go underwater. If I can find that. I don't even know they have it in here somewhere. When we look underwater, we go under the surface of the water. Where is it? Where is it? I know it shows an area where, wow, they actually do not have it in here. Okay, then. So, I guess we're going to move on. Let's look into the CFS model. Keep in mind, it's always too warm. Probably take it off a couple degrees Celsius. That's what I'm guessing this is in. And it looks like its prediction looks like to have a weak trough in the east. High pressure taking over in the plains, even portions of the west. Let's look into the upper dynamics here. What it looks to be, this is like the jet stream. If you take a few degrees Celsius off, basically it looks to be no one's going to be warm, really. It seems like it could be below average temperatures in the upper dynamics in the northwest states into like the central to the east. It seems like parts of the south may be normal conditions there in the upper dynamics in the atmosphere. Let's look into precipitation now. This is a little bit interesting here. I think I can see where it's going. It seems like the storm track could be going right through here in the west and kind of going like that. Seems to just be a weak trough in the Great Lakes there, which it kind of means probably neutral conditions. Average, I should say, lake effect snow season, or it could be slightly below average there, which is good news for some of you guys up there. I mean, y'all have rough years with a lot of snow. Let's see here. Let's move on into the CanStips model. Now, this looks really different here. Completely different. You You can see here below average temperatures for the east for the most part, exception of the northeast. Below average temperatures for New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, and California. Seems like we got some orange spots up in the northern Rockies, even in Texas there. Pretty much a mess. But when you look at the upper dynamics, it looks completely different. Am I right? Looks to be a actually a pretty strong trough in the east here, dipping past Florida. That's crazy. How that trough could be as strong like that. And very strong ridge up in the northwest. You can see the high pressure seems to be past Washington and Oregon into Canada. That's what it seems to be. But that is something we're going to keep an eye on. Let's look into precipitation. Now I can understand this one here though. It seems like the storm track could be southern right through the plains, going directly south, then start to turn off Texas, go through the Gulf of New Mexico, and go into Florida. Maybe there could be a couple of storm tracks going up along the coast. I think it's take a little bit too carried away with this, but it is possible. It is. What this means here, basically, well, you can see well below average temperatures for most of the east there, but you also have below average snowfall and precipitation there. So not only it's going to be a cold winter, but probably not a snowy winter. Probably just be a cold winter, just from the CANCEPS model. So basically, my idea is that there could be a ridge somewhere in the west, but we had a few model runs that's been showing that the northwest could be around normal just by looking into the storm track. So my thinking is that probably parts of the southwest could be warm and dry, like California, Nevada, even Utah, or maybe even Arizona. Because at some point, it seems like there's going to be a subtropical jet coming in here, and looks like we'll have storm tracks through the eastern parts of the Rockies, and they could combine somewhere like in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, or Kentucky, or Illinois there. And it seems like the low could be tracking like around Mississippi, Alabama, or Georgia. In the Carolinas, it moves up northeast, or it can continue east. So probably the area, probably for the worst winter right now, I'm probably going to say the states right now, it's just for now. It's kind of thoughts. I would probably say anywhere from maybe like New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, or Tennessee, or even Missouri and Arkansas, or Illinois, or Indiana, or Ohio, or even Pennsylvania. Probably those states make it the potential worst winter for this here. Probably be cold and possibly very snowy for those states. That's probably the area we're probably have to be focused on just by looking at all the models. Now, if the JAMSAT's going to update at some point, it may completely change. If it does go something like this, like the CANCEPS is showing, or the GFS, then my forecast is probably going to be a little bit more accurate to that point there. And since we're looking at La Nina, I should probably show that. La Nina. Let me give you all an example here. Here's a good example. This is from Weather Nation. This is probably nope, we do not want to do that. So this is what a La Nina can look like. Seems like it could be warm and dry for parts of the south, but pretty wet for around the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley. Could be wet up in the northwest. That's what models been showing here. But I don't think it's going to be that dry for the south or warm. It could be similar to this for the La Nina pattern. excuse me. That's what most models been showing is something like this here. Not the warm or dry for the southeast. That could be wet and cooler than average, but everything else seems to be correct with the average model. So my forecast could be stuff is similar to like this, but the affected dry air could be pushed west. The same thing for warm, like California and Nevada, or Utah or Arizona. There. So this is all good for you guys today. Hope you enjoy this weather thoughts. I think this is my second or third one of these here. Keep in mind, I will make my forecasts starting September, which is not exactly too far away, or it may start this August, maybe when the GM stack and the other models start to agree. I may even make a winter forecast on those. So yeah, if y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you got any questions about winter 2019 to 2020, put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video.